Alright, hello everybody. This is Brics part 32. And before we get into this, I would like to remind everybody that this is research, or that these videos, these Brics videos, are for research purposes to understand Brics and how it's leading to World War III. Alright, now after that introduction, let's get down to it, shall we? Pilgrim. Okay, so the last time I left off was under Brics part 27 from this document because I decided to go ahead and do the 3 dates document because I thought it was important. So let's take a look here. So we're up here, the role of Pakistan in Doha negotiations. I hope I pronounced that right. But anyways, I'm gonna read, which means I welcome you to read. And if you see anything I missed that's good, please let me know. Okay, so the US invited Pakistan to play a role between Washington and the Taliban. The superpower believes that it is Pakistan that has guts to bring Taliban to the table of negotiations. US and its allies gave up on the Afghanistan solution. The US and the allies had given up the hope for military solution to the Afghan conflict. So Pakistan was involved in the peace negotiations. So the peace agreement was about reducing the US military forces from Afghanistan. Okay, so the Kabul government, which I'm assuming is the Afghanistan government, and I think it is, and the Taliban, were not ready to share power in parliament with each other. Trump initiated a new Afghan strategy by involving Pakistan to play a role in the game. Okay. Okay, and Donald Trump asked the Prime Minister of Pakistan to serve as the mediator in the peace. Okay, so the agreement came out that the U.S. would reduce her forces to the level of 5,000 troops within 4.5 months. And all remaining forces would leave the war-torn country within 14 months. The Prime Minister of Pakistan also acclaimed this step for the peace process. He tweeted, "We welcome the Doha Accord, signed between the US and the Taliban. This is the start of a peace and reconciliation process to end decades of war and suffering of Afghan people." Pakistan's foreign minister also praised the peace talks. He said it is a significant step forward by the U.S. and Taliban in advancing the ultimate aim of peace reconciliation in Afghanistan. Okay, so Pakistan does want peace. And Pakistan supported the Taliban government in the 1990s. Okay. So India wasn't involved in this peace talk, even though it's had good relations. But India sees the Afghan territory could be easily used by India for unleashing terror in Pakistan. Okay. How long have we been looking at this? So far, that's interesting. Okay. Let's go down to this Pakistan-Afghanistan Trade and Investment Forum. So I'm going to read. If I see anything, I'll let you know. Okay. So mostly this is talking about trade routes and being able to reach other countries with trade without possibly having to go the long way. Okay. So now let's go into the Pakistan-Afghanistan relations after the Taliban takeover. After the withdrawal of the U.S. force 20 years later, the superpower realized that there is no military solution for the Afghanistan problem. Okay, okay, so now I'm reading silently. Okay, so Pakistan had to pay a terrible cost because of what happened to Afghanistan after 9/11. Pakistan cannot afford a war-torn state in Afghanistan. So Pakistan really wanted the peace. Okay. With the withdrawal of U.S. troops, the President Ashraf Ghani did not receive any support from the U.S., and the situation of a civil war had already happened in Afghanistan. Pakistan showed its interest for good relations with the neighboring state, no matter who is in power. Okay, let's go back to reading silently. Okay, hold on. Okay, right here, a Pakistani general visited to Kabul. It was the first ever visit of a Pakistani official after the 15th of August in 2021. He assured new Afghan leadership, this is where we are, that Pakistani government and high officials are working for peace and stability in Afghanistan, and he declared, "Don't worry, everything will be okay." He met with top leadership of Afghanistan to discuss the current scenario and arrangement of a mechanism for safe passage for foreign nationals, but no official details are available, nor any other objective is disclosed. His picture with a cup of tea along with Taliban was highly appreciated by the Pakistani citizens at that time. Pakistan officials intended to accept the Afghan Taliban as a new reality. And Pakistan declared that there is no other option to accept new government of our neighbor state. The Islamabad also wanted to provide assistance for reorganizing forces of the new government of Afghanistan. Okay, going back to reading silently. Hold on. Okay. So, after the takeover, Pakistan continued diplomatic relations with Afghanistan. They want a peaceful solution and wish for avoiding any domestic or international conflict. Pakistan increased trade. Pakistan reduced tax from 17 to 0% on the exports of fruits from Afghanistan while giving more relaxation on the export duties. Pakistan is trying to unfreeze Afghan accounts, which were frozen by the U.S. after the Taliban takeover. Pakistan also delivered humanitarian assistance to Afghans over Torkham border. Okay. Okay. I'm going to read this little part right here, and we'll do this part tomorrow. I mean, next Monday. So it says, once again, Pakistan, I'm reading silently. Pakistan had to provide shelter for Afghan refugees. Soon after the Taliban's takeover, Pakistan closed its borders with Afghanistan officially. However, Pakistan could not control the influx of Afghan immigrants due to porous borders and close cultural and linguistic ties between the two people. Pakistan launched several flights to evacuate foreigners despite of the official reluctance. A max onset of Afghan refugees from borders is not in control. Since the Taliban took over, 6,000 to 20,000 Afghanis are crossing this border, Baluchistan, that I probably did not pronounce right, moving to Pakistan on a daily basis. Unexpectedly, the West offered Pakistan aid for rehabilitation of Afghan nationals. According to the report, the UK has a plan to set up offshore center in Pakistan for asylum immigrants. The UNHCR is interested for relocation of refugees in Pakistan. Okay. This guy visited this country, which is Pakistan, to survey the situation and hold talks with Pakistan about the Afghan situation. There is need for Pakistani government to rethink on a matter of Pakistan economy is already deteriorating and Pakistan's exports unable to match with the increased levels of imports. Okay. So, next we're going to begin here. U.S. steps against Pakistan and encounter Taliban. And so, that's where we will pick up the next time. How much more of this do I have? Not that much, so this should be done next time. And then we'll be going over the final portion. And then after the final portion, I might do a review of certain documents that I think are important and kind of go over them again. Just as a summary, because this was, long, and I think I need to hit some of the main parts. So we'll do that too. All right. Well, this has been a wonderful time, and I will see you next Monday. Hopefully. No, you won't. Unless something comes up. And if so, I'll announce on Twitter. But until next time, see you then. Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, aliens and extra-dimensional beings. This has been a wonderful Brics Part 32 production, and I'm a weirdo, but that's okay. So, I will see you next Monday.